Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Evelyn Szumski from Leading Training Solutions, to present to us on Overcome Distraction Addiction. Do you get constantly distracted throughout your day? Many people end their day feeling as though little has been achieved and are unable to focus because of this. Learn how to break this addiction and take back control. It's a life changer. Evelyn Szumski is Managing Director of Leading Training Solutions, a company offering training in leadership, employee engagement, emotional intelligence, business coaching and personal development, specializing in evidence-based techniques that deliver results. She practices neuro-based coaching, ICF credentialed at PCC level, being an authorized habit coach and accredited EQ profiler, and has been a coach for the Richard Branson Center for Leadership and provides executive coaching for companies like Amex, Facebook and Salesforce, to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Evelyn Szumski.
So, welcome everybody. Distraction. Does anyone get distracted throughout their day?
Always.
I try to get distracted.
Every time that rings and I'm working,
Hey,
I get distracted.
You just hit the nail on the head.
I think that's the distraction in everyone's life these days, mobile phones.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's why you get two of them.
That's even a bigger distraction.
Would it surprise you to know
One turns off.
every time you get, like, you have one of these, but, you know, even if you don't have one of these, you know, you have some sort of device, whether it be a laptop or an iPad or something, right? And we have these things called apps, right?
Yeah.
Like, and every time we're sitting there, and I'm on Zoom calls all day, right? And every time you get something, there's a notification comes up. Ding! Right? The phone rings, or there's another message there, or, you know, a lot of companies these days operate internally by social media as well. So add to that Facebook messaging or Teams or whatever it is. And every day there's, like, you know, throughout the day, what I call pings and dings and rings and things. This Dr. Zeus, right? That come up for people. Now, you know, every time you get one of those, it will take you anywhere, and this research shows this, it will take you between 5 and 7 minutes to actually get back into being focused on what you were focused on before you got that, right? And that's with you not answering it, okay? And even if you and I have this with people, even if you turn off the noise of the distraction, right? People have the notification sitting on their phone, and they look, the numbers going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, oh, there's another number, I'm talking to you, oh, there's another number, oh my goodness, you know. And then what happens, of course, throughout the day, if you have a number of these distractions, how counterproductive do you think that is for you?
Oh, man.
You know, how much time do you spend wasting on actually, you know, your mind being distracted, you know? And the other thing, of course, is we get so used to this stuff, is that even if you don't have, like, you turn it off and you have your phone there, it's already embedded in your subconscious mind. And the very fact that your phone is sitting right there, already my mind is saying, what am I missing? What's it? Like, FOMO's a real thing, right? It wasn't invented by millennials, right? It's a real thing. It's something we all have. It's like, oh, what am I missing out? And your mind, your subconscious, stops you from focusing properly on what you need to do. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? So it's like, so what do you do? So, you know, and this is a struggle that everybody has. And knowing that, of course, some of the people that I coach, believe it or not, around this particular, and this is a really hot topic, right? Like, it's the first thing that when I talk to people is like, what's your biggest challenge? I'm not productive enough. I get distracted all the time. I talk to people that work for Facebook and Meta, and this is their job, right? That's what I say. These companies spend trillions of dollars understanding your psychology, understanding what makes us tick as human beings, and how they can use that in their product to make you addicted to it, right? To make you want that thing. You want to be, it's yelling out, pay attention to me, right? So the surprising thing is that while we all get distracted by it, we actually have the power to have control over it. It doesn't have to run our lives. Let us take control of our devices rather than our devices take control of us. So how do we do that? First thing you would do, turn off all your notifications. Okay, and I know I get people go, oh no, I can't do that. Oh, important, I'm very important, and I might miss something, and there might be something urgent, and yeah, that's okay. Look, hey, how about, we heard the calendar's king today, right? Everybody, and most of you have appointments and things with clients, so you have a calendar, right? Calendar is king.
Wouldn't be here if I didn't have my calendar.
And that's exactly right. Everything I do is on calendar. Yeah. Everything I do, even my personal stuff. And this is what I encourage people to do. Use your calendar as that. Number one, it lets you be organised. Number two, it frees up space in your brain to allow you to work on those things that you really want to spend your time working on, rather than being worried about what you're missing and what you might not be getting. So one of the big things is time blocking. Okay, so for anything you want to do, and this is what I suggest for anybody, is you've got appointments you do, but also then you must have other things you need to do. We all have administration, we all have other things that we do. Blocking time for those specific projects, but also blocking time throughout the day to look at your device and to look at your messages and to look at your and answer your emails. Right? So that might be turn off everything. Don't even look at those little icons, they're gone, right? Because you know in your calendar that maybe every couple of hours you will have 15 minutes or half an hour, whatever you think is necessary to respond to those things. That's the first step. And then you can focus on what you need to focus on, right? So you've got your meetings, and then you block time for those things that you other need. You also need to do, like, you guys might need to do research. You might need to, check out get information, compile stuff, all of that sort of stuff. Block that in. What I would suggest, though, also, is when you're doing those block times, that not to block in too much time at once. So if you're working on a pretty big project, an hour is sufficient, because beyond that, then you start going, well, I know I've got to work on this email and I've got to go back to this project, but hey, I've got 2 hours. I'm not really feeling it, right? So I'll just go back. I'll stick with my emails and stuff, and you won't get to it. It's a form of overwhelm, and it's something that we do as humans, is when we're overwhelmed, as Belinda will say with her colouring in, when we're overwhelmed, we're going to retreat. We go into that fight, flight, or freeze mode, and we don't get anything done. Right? So that's kind of what happens. So that's the trick of doing, taking control of your devices and, blocking your own time so that you can take control of your time. And you'd be surprised how productive you become by doing that. And how much better you feel just by not being controlled by your device, by you being able to have that power over your life and your devices, and what information you get. So that's kind of how to solve that addiction, because it does become an addiction. The other tip might be, if you're someone that perhaps does a bit of, plays a few games on your phone or your devices or whatever, and hey, as I said, they're there for a reason, right? If you're someone that gets those things, and I've had people come to me saying, yeah, but I play, what is it, Warcraft, right? And they're like, yeah, but I get so, and it goes for hours and hours. I'm like, okay, here's a nice tip for you. Turn it to black and white. Turn it to grayscale rather than colour. Because already, and you'll all notice it, in your mind, when you hear black and white from colour, you think, how boring. why would I want to, right? That's the power that those companies have on your psychology. Right? So turn off the colour and you will not feel compelled to want to, get connected with it. Because it really is part of that dopamine hit that we get, that they, absolutely spend $1 trillion understanding and knowing. And you won't feel it and you won't miss it, because that pull isn't there for you to want to see the pretty colours and the noises and the bangs and all the stuff that goes off when you get a reward on a game.
Amazing.
Yeah, so, well, that's it for me today. That was, have I solved your addiction?
Yes.
Thank you.